essentially what we're doing is giving them the ability to access Bluecube within Excel and access their financial data within Excel. So we're bypassing the usual steps to get financial data from a finance system into Excel. Is you go into your finance system and you run a load of data off and you export it as a CSV, and then you copy and paste it into Excel. That's what people were doing with the reports. They were running reports in their finance system, exporting it to a CSV and copying it out. We're just bypassing that. You put the parameters that you would run in your report in Excel, press a button, and it just does it for you. You don't have to do any copy and pasting. You don't have to worry about copying and pasting it into the right place. That's the driving force behind Report Pro. Most people feel most comfortable in Excel.
But Excel is kind of a common thing with accountants. We just seem to love them. You know, it's one of those, can you build me an Excel spreadsheet? Oh, it's like heaven, you know, and it's a bit like dogs chasing balls and bonds and stuff. You know, most accountants just love Excel because, you know, there's a lot of features and functions in there. As an accountant, we produce the same reports on a regular basis. So my management accounts that go off to the board, you know, budget report packs that go off to different budget holders, ad hoc queries here and there, things that you can slice and dice, you know, that classic order stuff. But that reporting pack is actually quite a key thing. And I built something earlier for one of our webinars. And if I can just find the right screen, I'll give you a quick idea about what that might look like. So let me share this here. So this is an example I've been working with actually our marketing team in terms of getting your budgets. But essentially, you know, this is Excel, and I've got a workbook set up here. So I put our Bluecube logo on, and I've titled it, you know, who's it run by. And really, there's a budget summary in here. There's a detail of what's in there, outstanding POs. My management accounts, which I can't show you in here because they're commercially sensitive, would have a P&L, summary P&L, a detailed P&L, a balance sheet, particular documents that I can kind of comment in there.
So have you pre-built those tabs there, those green ones at the bottom?
Yep. So what you're actually looking at here is budget balances, you know, document details. So you can see that there's a whole load of stuff there that you have to work with.
And you can filter what Report Pro pulls off of the whole system, so you're not having to run the entire system every single time and download the entire finance system data, which, you know.
Yeah. So I mean, Alex will know much better than me because he knows about the database structures, but actually the amount of information that we hold against transactions is huge. So, for example, things like document details, I think in terms of the data we capture, you could be having a look at 130 columns, Alex, or something like that.
I think the document details topic actually clocks in just over 200 columns.
Yeah.
I think it was 186 when we started, and then we discovered that we hadn't quite added everything. I think I'm pretty sure it clocks in over 200, which is, you know, it's why we've got subtopics now, so that people can be specific about what they want, and kind of reduce the amount of columns that they're getting back.
And those subtopics, Sean, effectively what they do for me as a finance user, they basically mean that I'm only interested in 20% of those fields, and I can select those and bring them in, you know, because that's what's relevant to my setup and my organisation. And we were talking off camera before, Sean, about, you know, what is a topic? It's really just a data set. It's just a group of information. So in Report Pro, profit and loss, you know, income expenditure, you know, that's, you know, driven by reporting structures, balance sheet.
And these all exist within Bluecube.
So reports just the front end, just the user interface. But, you know, I'm logged into Bluecube here. In this example, what I might have done, run all my budget reports for October. I'm now in November. I need to do it again. I'm just going to say, right, I want to run it up to the end of November, generate data. It runs through on a cycle. You'll see these refresh.
That's pretty quick.
And we're on Teams, which always slows us down.
Mm.
You know, and you can see it sort of ticking through. So I've got confidence that I know it's running. Once it's done, click on OK, and I can just go and quickly check each of my topics there. So like 1714,
Is it
1714. So
when does
they're
this
all
get refreshed? Is it live with the system, or does it like sort of get refreshed hourly, or?
No, it doesn't get refreshed hourly. It is up to date, bang up to date. If you went and posted a document now,
Yeah,
you could immediately rerun your topic and it would be there.
Yeah, it's really, really powerful. And I've seen, we've been working with one customer who was kind enough to share their reports with us. Not to share as in giving them to us, but walk us through how they were doing it on screen. And some of the stuff in there as an accountant, it was beauty, thing of beauty. And it was just lovely to see just how far they'd taken that. And some of the things that it can do, and some new functions in there. Because you see what other people are doing. You're like, oh, what is that function? Because there's a lot of stuff in Excel that you can do. You're giving customers and users and accountants a user interface that they're familiar with, comfortable with, is powerful, is performant. And what Alex has done is create the ability to have the data there in a format they understand, and the ability to manipulate it and build the reports that they want. I mean,
without anything getting lost in translation.
Excel's like a reference point that people use. So you find yourself, if you do enough work in reporting, you find yourself answering questions like, you know how in Excel you can do this? How do you do it in the thing that you're making? And that's what we were getting when we were doing reporting before Report Pro. How do you do that thing that you can do in Excel? You know, in my Excel reports I can do this. How do I do that in your system? How do I do that with your reports? Well, now you just use Excel.